Hello everyone, and welcome to the second episode of the Gilded Bellini's Super Bowl IG Live series. Hi everyone, I see you guys trickling in. Just give you guys a second. Thank you to everyone who's tuning in today. If you missed my intro, welcome to my Super Bowl IG Live series. Every single week talking about different entertainment tips for the big game. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. The food and drink essentials for the big game with a gilded flair, because that's why we're here. Everything's going to have a little bit of a gilded flair today. So just give everyone a second to come in and we'll get started right away. Hi everyone. Hi. Super Bowl IG Live series, food and drink essentials. Today, let's get started. Now, if you want to have a standout food moment, I spy chips. Yes. If you want to have a standout food moment to wow your guests on the big day, you're going to want to do something a little bit more unexpected than usual, than the traditional Super Bowl Sunday food and drinks. Now, typically we are used to just kind of throwing things on the table, different foods, random things, and it's usually a huge, massive spread. Don't get me wrong. We love all that. We love our cheese dips, we love our wings, we love our pizza. But if you want to be remembered for your game day hosting, it's about having a few core items and basing everything else around them. I like to call the core food and drink items the all-star players, and everything else throughout the day are just maybe the fans, the other teammates, however you want to classify it. Now you might be like, well, isn't that even more stressful than just putting a whole bunch of things on the table? Actually, it's not. Being a little bit more intuitive with what you're serving and what you're consuming really just alleviates that stress. Because think about it, when you go to the store and you're like, I need to buy for 10 people to come over to my house, or however many people you want to have nowadays. I don't know, maybe it's 3 or 4, but maybe you eat a lot, so you're still gonna have to get a lot of food. You just grab, and it's stressful enough. So this is called intuitive consuming on the big day, for the big game. So as I said, you're going to want to have your all-star players for the game. I have 3 today, which I'm going to share with you that I highly recommend to serve when you're hosting. And like I mentioned, everything else is just going to fall into place. So don't even worry about that. So first, let's get on the subject of charcuterie boards. They became so popular in 2020, especially on Instagram. They were the thing. Everyone loves them. You can really make them your own. You can pick whatever you want. We love them all. But my one thing with charcuterie boards is if you're having people over on, game day and it's early in the morning, you want to start early. If you have a charcuterie board out and it's filled with, salted nuts and crackers and savory dips and chocolate, people might not exactly want that at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, right? They might be feeling more like breakfasty food, and when that happens, your board is just kind of sitting there untouched. And it could create kind of an awkward dynamic, like no one wants to go there first, no one wants to touch it, and you're like, we've all been there. Why are we scared to touch food when we're in groups? Well, the solution to all of this is to create a brunch board. Have you ever thought of a brunch board before? Maybe you haven't, but I actually created one a couple months ago on game day, and it was such a hit. And everyone who was there was like, how have I never thought of this before? A brunch board. And it really shows off your creativity as a host. And it's just something different. So imagine it's like 10 a.m. and you have your brunch board and people are coming in. People are going to want to, have a bite right when they get there, especially in the morning. And they're going to be like, wow, this is so cool. People start safely congregating and having conversation. It's a conversation starter. So back to when I did a brunch board a couple months ago for a game day, I did mini muffins, I did bacon, vegan sausage, scrambled eggs. I got fresh bagels, I cut them and I toasted them, which, here's a note about this. I highly recommend creating a brunch board, but it is labor intensive. This is not like a quick thing, probably take like an hour, but I highly recommend. And you know, just like any other charcuterie board, you can make this your own. This one has a little bit of a gilded flair to it, but I can guarantee you people are gonna be really impressed with this. And you don't have to just stick to the foods that I suggested. You can add pancakes, waffles. What I've done in the past as well is doing French toast sticks in mini mason jars, which is also really safe, especially with everything going on now. Individualized. You can tailor these brunch boards to being a little bit individualized. If you want to pre-wrap things or put things in mason jars or cover them certain ways, there's no wrong way to do this. But as a host, hosting a game day at your home with however many people you want, whether it's 1 or 4 people, you can't go wrong with a brunch board. I'm telling you, I swear by this. So intuitively planning, this is going to be one of your main players, your all-star players. Okay, so after you have made your brunch board and now it's the afternoon, you're gonna need a really simple snack that's going to get you through the rest of the day that everyone is gonna like, really, a crowd pleaser. And sometimes that's hard to do. Everybody has different tastes. So you gotta think back to basics and take a second and go with your intuition on what to serve. And mine says, serve Pasa tortilla chips. Now, these chips use natural ingredients like whole grain organic white corn and yellow corn. Unlike typical corn tortilla chips that use processed corn flour, Pasa grounds whole corn kernels using volcanic stones, which is actually the traditional way of making tortilla chips, which is really cool. So these are GMO-free, gluten-free, vegan, and kosher. They're really delicious, very crunchy, just again, crowd pleaser. And these are a guilt-free snack. And you could use these to base the rest of your afternoon on. Anything from building your own nachos, to making a taco dip, to just doing salsa and guacamole, a taco salad. You can really make anything with this, and it comes in such a big bag that you can use this again as your foundation and go about your day using different variations of this, make different appetizers, different snacks. And it's great. You won't have to buy as many things because you know you can depend on these chips to make like so many different appetizers and meals, which is awesome. So before we move on to the next all-star, I'm very excited. I'm gonna be giving away a couple bags of these Pasa chips. The giveaway is gonna be posted tomorrow on my feed, so Friday. I will put the rules on my feed, so you won't have to worry about that. Be sure to come back tomorrow, Friday, and we'll get you some Pasa chips. All right, put them over here. I'm gonna move over this. We are moving on to the drinks. Okay, guys, the most fun part. So now that we've covered all the food, we're getting on to what we're gonna be sipping on, starting with beer, and specifically Trumer pills. This is certainly an essential for the day. You gotta have beer on game day. And Trumer pills is the world's most crisp, clean, and refreshing pilsner. And what I love about this is it's gonna pair with really anything that you cook up for the big game. So I'm gonna show you guys a close-up of the bottle. Right here, this is what it looks like. They have done one thing, and they've done it perfectly for over 400 years, starting in Austria. And it's only made with 4 ingredients: malt, hops, yeast, and water, which I really love, going back to the intuitive aspect, right? There's always a lot of food and drinking during game days. There's a lot of consumption. So you want to feel good about what you are consuming. You want the taste, you want to feel good after. And this is a beer I highly, highly recommend. It's actually the most awarded Pilsner in the world. It's won gold medals at the most prestigious and demanding beer competitions across the globe. So if that's not reason enough to have Trumer Pils on your game day, I do not know what is. So this is what it looks like in my glass. Love it. And if you're not exactly a beer kind of person, I highly recommend this beer for you to try. It's just really, really smooth and it goes down nicely. It's refreshing to drink. Hands down, I love this. And again, going back to just feeling good about the beer that you're consuming. There's so many different beers out there and you're like, what? I don't know what to... I'm telling you, Trumer Pils, this is the one. And you will feel really, really good knowing, what you're putting in your body. And it's just great to have on a game day. Now, just going on the same kind of subject of a little bit of fizz, a little bit of carbonation, you still might want to have, mimosas on hand, especially if you're going to be doing your brunch board. You could even have bromosas, which I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but typically bromosas are beer, they are orange juice and vodka. And there's a bunch of different variations on bromosas. Maybe you want to try it with Trumer Pils, whatever you want. So you can have a lot of fun with that. And, again, these are just a couple different ways to add some structure in your game day, okay? Intuition with what you're consuming, structure. I'm telling you, it is going to alleviate so much stress. Just always think, what are my all-star players of the day when I am hosting game day, right? I just saw a question. Can I see the label? Yes. We will zoom in on the label again. So that's what it looks like. Really nice. And here is the glass again. And you know what? I have some more good news. I am going to be giving away some Trumer Pils swag to a lucky winner who is at least 21 years of age. I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to be getting. I'm going to be posting this giveaway on my feed right after this live is done. So let me show you guys what you could potentially win. All right, look at this. Come on, this is serious. So basically you're going to get a Trumer Pils swag aluminum bucket here, a t-shirt, a 12-ounce glass, a koozie, a keychain, bottle opener, face mask, and hand sanitizer. All this is in here. But you'll get this. You're gonna get this to put face masks. Sanitizer, huge bottle of sanitizer. And look at this t-shirt. This is what I'm talking about. This is serious swag. Love it. And by the way, Trumer Pils is brewed in Berkeley, California, so hence repping California. So again, you can have a chance to win this. Just check back on my feed as soon as this episode is over. So guys, that concludes the second episode of my Game Day IG Live series. I hope you guys all found these tips helpful and they will help you, plan more efficiently and more strategically on your game day. So next week, episode 3, hard to believe we are halfway through this series. We're going to be talking about amping up your game day style. Now, last year when I did a segment on the CW Vegas, I did outfit inspiration for game day, and it was such a hit. So I just kind of revamped that this year, made a little more updated. I got some great pieces to show you guys. A lot of times when we think of game day outfits, we think of just throwing on a jersey and jeans. but let's be real. That's played out. We can do so much better. You just have to know what pieces to put with your, your jersey, your shirt that's repping your team. So I'm gonna be sharing with you a couple brands that I really love for different game day pieces. I might have a discount code, I don't know. But if you want to have a huge make a statement on game day, you want to look hot, okay? That is the goal on game day. You want to look good. You better tune in next week for the episode on amping up your game day style. So thank you guys for joining. I'm just going to check the comments really quickly, and I'm going to just pray that this IG Live saves, because that wasn't cool, Instagram. It's like crazy. We rely so much on social media, or technology really, also social media, and we can't always trust it, which is just the craziest thing. So let's just see. I just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything here. Cheese and wings. Yes, we love that. Wish we could host together. Conversation starters are so important and a great hosting tip. Yep, you want to set the mood when you're hosting. You don't want it to be awkward, especially when people don't exactly know each other. You want to have a focal point that people are going to bond over, essentially. Love a gilded flair. Guilt-free eating. I hope all of this inspired some guilt-free eating. Salsa and guac, yep. Trumer pills is awesome. They have it at my favorite spot in Vegas. Looks delightful. I'll try it out. Amazing. Oh, good. I'm so glad you guys like this. Yeah. Doing a brunch board. Go Bills. That's right. Go Bills. All right, guys. Like I said, thank you so much for joining. This really, really means a lot to me, and I appreciate everyone who has been taking part in signing up or entering for these giveaways. It really means a lot. So make sure, check my feed right after this. Check it tomorrow. Let's get you guys some really cool stuff for game day. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.